Hello, and welcome to Power Home Remodeling's presentation of the situational analysis of the remodeling marketing environment. My name is Rebecca, and today I'll be walking you through our company's history, a PESTEL analysis of the macro environment, Porter's 5 forces of microenvironment, a SWOT analysis, and offer recommended solutions and next steps for our company. Let's get started. Power Home Remodeling, as you might have guessed from the name, is in the residential remodeling industry. Home building has been around as long as people have been. Originally living in caves, people eventually began experimenting with various local products to create a place to live wherever they wanted. Regardless of the materials they used, the houses regularly needed repairs, extensions, or complete makeovers to ensure the home was safe and a pleasant place to live. Over the last several centuries, home building has skyrocketed as Earth's population increased and people relocated to major cities and urban districts. Trailing 10 to 20 years behind new home construction is the remodeling industry, in which Power Home Remodeling takes the stage. Our legacy began in 1992 with substantial growth the last 6 years due to the co-leadership of Corey Schiller and Asher Raphael. Based in Chester, Pennsylvania, Power Home Remodeling focuses on empowering its employees and creating opportunities for advancement, ultimately making it the employer of the happiest millennial workers in the U.S. and handing it the #1 spot on the 100 Best Workplaces for Millennials in 2015, with consistent top rankings since. Power CEOs ranked 6th on Glassdoor's 2018 Top CEOs list. Currently, we bring in over $520 million of revenue thanks to our 2,000 plus team members who love serving our clients. In 2017, Qualified Remodeler listed Power as the largest residential re-roofer and the 3rd largest home remodeling firm in the United States. Walking through a PESTEL analysis of Power Home Remodeling, we will see 6 facets of our macro environment. First off is the political dimension of macro environment. Global Trade magazine says that President Trump applied hefty tariffs on Canadian lumber. Prices rose 25% year over year, and lumber now costs 60% more than it did 2 years ago. While the intent was to spur greater reliance on U.S. timber, some businesses were forced to import lumber from Russia to meet price and schedule commitments. The lumber tariffs are creating availability issues, causing delays in projects. These delays add to the cost of projects while delaying the start of new ones. Some of our projects involve heavy machinery, and for manufacturers of heavy equipment such as Caterpillar Inc. and Deere & Co., J.P. Morgan analysts predict that the tariffs could dent their fiscal 2019 earnings by 6% and 9% respectively. Steel is the largest raw materials cost for both companies, which will affect our supplier costs, ultimately increasing our product cost to our customers. The second category of our PESTEL analysis is in economics. Chief economist Izzy Hroman compared sales data and building permits in several metros and found that remodeling work jumped in the months immediately following a home sale, more in metros where the housing stock is older than in areas where homes are likely to be newer. After 6 years of strong house price growth, the U.S. housing market is now cooling. House price rises are decelerating gradually. Demand and construction activity are falling amidst rising interest rates. The average sales price of new homes sold in the United States rose by just 1.8% in November 2018 to $362,400 according to the U.S. Census Bureau. This is good news for Power because fewer new homes constructed means that more homeowners will have to move into older homes and are very likely to want to customize it to their liking. In addition, most homeowners wishing to sell their current homes will want to make sure their homes are appealing to buyers and will be needing to make upgrades before putting their home on the market. The third category is social considerations. MarketWatch.com says that homeowner improvements by all age groups are forecast to increase about 2% every year through 2025, and the baby boom generation's preference for aging in their own homes may have one of the biggest impacts on that spending. The Joint Center projects that as older homeowners are forced to sell, it will free up more than 12 million homes on net through 2025, providing much-needed housing for younger people. Given that older households generally live in their homes for some time and spend little on improvements in their later years, Younger buyers of these homes will likely want to invest in significant upgrades, the analysts write. In addition, new generations of homebuyers are more environmentally minded than previous generations, and there is an increase in number of work-from-home jobs, causing homeowners to want a nicer environment to work in. This shows great potential for Power to participate in a growing job market. Our next category is technology. While it seems that Tesla's solar-powered shingles may only be a viable option for wealthy experimentalists, other affordable home technology is becoming widely available to the general public. GordonReese.com says that an integrated home control system is the ultimate technological revolution for the home. Boosting convenience, safety, and accessibility, integrated home systems allow you to access your whole home from one touchscreen panel, connecting audio, video, lighting, HVAC, cameras, front door or gate access, and more from many conveniently located panels throughout your home. You can change the temperature of the kitchen while in the bedroom, or start a movie playing in the living room while from a different room in the house. With connectivity to security systems, you can keep your eyes and ears on your entire property no matter where you are. Technology in the home can also help keep it cleaner and safer. There are now sensor technologies that can detect leaks in your home and activate automatic shutoff. Embracing this new technology adds another level of beauty and functionality to Power's elite variety of services. Next are the environmental considerations for Power home remodeling. BusinessToYou.com says that environmental factors have come to the forefront only relatively recently. They have become important due to the increasing scarcity of raw materials, pollution targets, and carbon footprint targets set by the governments. Incredible improvements have been made by manufacturers to create and supply more environmentally friendly products, which are longer lasting and just as nice looking as traditional building materials. GordonReese.com says that advances in home technology have improved to benefit the environment as well. Home energy management systems can help you eliminate the use of standby power, shaving 5% off your total energy usage. Solar panels can be connected to apps or a panel in your home that monitors solar power production and storage. Other installations can help homeowners monitor utility usage, showing where greater conservation efforts can be made. Also prompting homeowners to remodel their homes are government savings on quote-unquote green home improvements. Power offers to fill their needs by providing greener products, including sound-deflecting windows and doors, which are better on the environment and better for homeowners' comfort. The last category of our PESTEL analysis is the legal environment. Today, American culture is one to sue first and ask questions later. Through an unfortunate oversight, Door and Window Market magazine published that Power Home Remodeling Group agreed to pay $5.2 million to settle a class action lawsuit over unsolicited automated phone calls in 2015. The judge presiding over the case stated that as a result of the litigation, Power Home modified its business practices on consent and cell phone calls. Power is very interested in promoting equality within its walls. Co-CEO Asher Raphael said in a local Philadelphia newspaper that he plans to increase female hires in 2019. We launched a women's initiative 2 years ago to help combat the stigma that the home improvement industry isn't friendly to women, and it's made huge strides, but we still have a long way to go. The specific goals of the initiative are to hire more women and expedite the growth of women already in our walls. Last year, men made up 67% of our applicant pool, while females made up just 33%. This discrepancy is why increasing female hires is a top priority on my 2019 list. The next market analysis we will use to examine Power Home Remodeling is Porter's 5 Forces, which addresses the microenvironment of our company in the remodeling market. It examines the competitive rivalry, supplier power, buyer power, threat of substitution, and threat of new entry. This particular exercise will examine the remodeling market in our Dallas-Fort Worth locations. Starting off with our competitive rivalry, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is teaming with fantastic 4- and 5-star remodeling companies which have had a presence in the market from 5 years to over 50 years. Thousands of positive reviews saturate the internet, offering interested parties insight into customers' experiences with remodelers. Competition is high and gets higher with additional discounts and promotions to stand out from the crowd and spur on additional business. The next category is supplier power. The DFW area is one of the top growing cities in the United States. Consequently, several major suppliers like Builders First Source and 84 Lumber vie for competition of new development construction, while dozens of smaller companies supply smaller jobs and remodeling projects. Such competition keeps supplier power in check and prices lower than if only a few suppliers were available. Next up is buyer power. Because of the high volume of remodeling companies in DFW, buyer power is also very high, and potential customers often pit companies against each other to drive down their project's price. However, because the housing market is gently slowing, smaller companies will experience increased business with homeowners wishing to remodel or update their homes, instead of moving into a new home. This latter scenario will decrease buyer power because remodeling companies such as Power can choose to be more selective in the number and cost of projects they take on. The final buyer power will be a combination of these two approaches. The fourth category is the threat of substitution. HGTV has emboldened thousands of individuals to try doing their own home improvements. At their disposal are Home Depot, Lowe's, and other supply stores ready to help them with their ideas and materials. In addition, YouTube details step-by-step instructions for amateur installers to attempt their creativity within the comfort of their own homes. Although not every individual wanting to remodel will be able or willing to do their own home makeover due to time constraints, work schedules, family obligations, and such, the individual home improvement market does pose a margin of the market that could take away potential business from Power. Lastly is the threat of new entry. At this point in time, it is very difficult to jump into the home remodeling market in DFW. The market is saturated with remodeling companies and suppliers helping individuals with their projects. Most homeowners would choose a company with a proven reputation over a new business. If a new remodeling company were to try and get into the market, they would have to bring their A game because receiving less than ideal reviews could tank a new business quickly. Our last market analysis is a SWOT analysis. This includes the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of Power's internal and external functions. To start off, Power already has several strengths in the remodeling market, including mostly 5-star ratings, a well-known name, a fantastic customer experience, and our sales force has consistently been labeled as professional and friendly. Our leadership's focus on hiring for ethics and training for skills has yielded an above-average workforce of trustworthy individuals. Other strengths include ongoing training of personnel, higher than average entry-level pay, reaching out for greater female presence in the workforce, and increasing employee engagement through several activities in and out of the office environment. Glassdoor.com gives other feedback about our internal strengths from current and previous employees. One employee wrote, "Power is a community where your peers and colleagues constantly encourage you to be your best. You are acknowledged for your accomplishments and held accountable for reaching your goals. The executives not only know your name, but they know you as a person because they made an effort to build rapport." Next up on the SWOT analysis is our company weaknesses. Although not considered the most reliable source for feedback, Yelp contains several negative comments about the public's interaction with our salespeople, mostly commenting about the extended lengths of time they take to push a sale and the inconvenience homeowners are given. This is an area that needs to be balanced with positive reviews, and investigation needs to be made as to whether only a certain few individuals were making a bad impression, rather than taking it as a genuine reflection on the entire sales force. Then, CEO Asher Raphael publicized that by increasing our revenue by well over $100 million in 2018, we've put enormous amounts of pressure on specific departments within the organization. Raphael also said in an interview that Glassdoor is really helpful for us because we're getting constant feedback in an anonymous way. We take every one of those reviews seriously and we learn from them. One of the things that I enjoy the most are the negative reviews because it shows the authenticity of what's going on and you learn so much from them in different ways. In one aspect, it's where we're falling short, where we're not following through with what the expectations of the employees are, but then there's also negative reviews that you'll see that are actually living up to what our standards and expectations are. That gives me confidence as well, because even if you're going to be one of the best places or the best place to work in the country, you're not going to be the right fit for everyone. The third category of our SWOT analysis is opportunities for our business. As stated earlier, the new house market is slowing, and as mortgage prices slightly rise, more people will be choosing to either modernize their own homes or the ones they move into. Because of our friendly, encouraging workforce, younger generations of employees want to work with us, which brings company longevity and a more engaged workforce than our competitors. Younger employees have an earnest desire to grow and learn, which brings an atmosphere of innovation and progression. Environmental regulations and incentives for greener materials create a bigger market for more environmentally minded economic products. In addition, our company has expanded rapidly in the last 6 years, which can lead to further nationwide coverage and perhaps international opportunities as well. And lastly, Power Home Remodeling brings job security because every house in existence will always need upgrades and repairs at some point in its history. Lastly, we'll examine some potential threats to our company. There is a growing trend and focus on the millennial workforce, and while it's good that so many companies are changing their workplace environment to accommodate them, it also means that other companies can draw away potential candidates from Power by offering various employment incentives. The possibility always exists for computer data corruption and/or hacking of our company data. While we have taken precautionary measures to ensure the safest environment for our employee and company's information, we must constantly be on the lookout for additional cyber threats toward our company to ensure our data remains safe. Competing companies stand to gain an edge in the remodeling market if they excessively publicize advertisements to generate business. And lastly, with the added benefits of more environmentally minded products comes a sometimes increased product cost, causing some potential customers to consider traditional products for remodeling. Recommended next steps. Data collection and analysis is useless until the information is interpreted and utilized for company progression. It is with this in mind that I will be recommending some next steps for Power Home Remodeling. Considering our competitive rivalry, Power should try to find advertisement data from our local competitors and match or exceed their output to maintain a competitive yet positive public image. Also, negative internet reviews should be dealt with quickly and regularly to ensure customer satisfaction and remedy fixable solutions if possible. We should continue to review our Glassdoor feedback and adjust suggested procedures as needed. Utilizing these processes will create a demand for Power services above that of its competitors. Our company's supplier power stands to increase with the continued advances of technology and environmentally improved products, so we must continue to seek suppliers who offer the same or better products for equal or less price to market value, which will save Power money. We should continue our small YouTube TV series, I Work at Power Because, but another series we should consider having is verified customers filming their own videos of our completed projects, and in return offer to take a set dollar amount off the installation if they leave us a positive review. Currently, the most customer-posted reviews on YouTube showed negative feedback, and potential customers may misinterpret these flukes as our regular business practices. Documenting these jobs will bring Power added publicity, build buyer trust, and could persuade potential do-it-yourselfers to book our quick and easy services. Next, Power should embrace the opportunities of the future and prepare itself for additional business as the new house market slows and the remodeling industry expands. We should implement additional cross-training to make our employees versatile through the growth, while carefully monitoring employees' work-life balance to prevent possible burnout. Our company's history of engaging young, energetic employees is commendable, but it needs to be balanced with hiring the experience and wisdom of older generations that are willing to work with our modern processes and share their valuable experiences with our company. This will create a more solid foundation from which our company can operate. Power needs to capitalize on the growing trend of environmentally minded economic products and regularly seek out potential future trends in home improvement products. With new technology, sometimes comes higher prices, so we will have to be on the offensive by actively seeking out new supplier products and best price offerings. Presenting new technology that eases home life for potential customers will help our company stay ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this market analysis presentation of Power Home Remodeling. Thanks for listening.